It's good. Oh, unmute the mic and there we go. What everybody doing today? How everybody doing? Kind of an early morning stream here. Get everything kind of situated. There we go. Should definitely play Tendangle, bro. Hey, wouldn't that be wild to go play Tendangle and win it all? That'd be kind of insane. If you ask me, Tendangle for the win. I don't know, I was just thinking I might play Regenesis, but I definitely need to pick up Cash Theosis. There've definitely been a lot of like things in my testing where I really need that Cash Theosis. I really need it. Try Glads right now. Actually, hey, you got new Glad Beast Bear, I think? The bear's pretty good. At least I think the bear's good. But Tri Brigade is pretty cool. Top 500 flip. That's the cool, you know, at least. Oh man, I haven't even. When did Tendangles even come out, man? How long has it been? Get this a little bit fixed better. There we go. Yeah, when did Tendangles even come out? I was thinking I need to get Theosis for Cash Regenesis because there's been too many times where I've not been able to play because I have to like commit my unicorn first before I can do Regenesis line. So having that allows me to at least like commit my unicorn, search Theosis into Finra to get the unicorn back to hand, and then I can like Regenesis that way. 2007, Jesus. Jeez Louise. Dogmatica to rip that one detonator, bro. Unicorn's gonna rip that one detonator, and then whatever Maximus gets is free real estate after that. But I definitely, yeah, I was doing some testing. I'm missing that Theosis, man. That's actually pretty detrimental. I actually need to put in, I'll do it here on Omega. I need to pick up, I think it's Gravity Controller. There's actually too many times where I've hard opened Maximus, which shouldn't happen too often because it's a one of, right? But like I'm seeing it and like 2 level 7s, and I should be able to like turn my 2 level 7s into XYZ in the monster zone, extra monster zone, link it off into Gravity Controller, and then fire off Maximus. And it's happened, I think, like 2 or 3 times. So, what's good, Jose? I do need it. I think the store got like a whole. Someone brought into the store, our locals, a whole like cash core, and I want to pick that up because I want an extra cash core actually. So if depending the price for that, I'll probably pick that up today. But if they're want an arm and a leg for it, I'll definitely hit you up for that Casteosis. But yeah, I think. Oh man, so if you saw this hand, you'd be like, oh wow. Well, I mean, this is still a pretty solid hand actually. You know, special out the unicorn, activate the effect to go ahead and search out for birth. So like this is where potentially having like Theosis would be good because like Theosis could at least get me into a, you know, into a Fenrir. So then my inboard's unicorn Fenrir. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and fire off Nadir Servant. This is why I like the Nadir Servant. So going first, it's like insanely strong. Oh, sweet. All right. Add this. What rarity is your unicorns? Because my OCD's been killing me with these like prismatic and then like ultras. We get to draw a card. What you draw imperm, not too terrible. Special effect to send Titanic Clad and Faragite. They rip 2 cards. If they interact with us, we're hitting their extra deck too, which is kind of wild. We get to draw 1 and put back 1. Well, that's terrible. Terrible draws. Looks like this is just going to straight be a dog, like no Regenesis. That's insane. That's one of the cool things I was about to say about like the Dogmatica stuff is you get like 2 draws through just using the deer. So like if you don't draw into one of your engines you're playing, you'll draw into it. But we just drew, I feel like, straight into all all that. So then in phase Titanic Clad, we get to add Fleur de Lis. So then our end board's literally this, which is no Regenesis card in sight, which is unfortunate. But I mean, this could do it, right? This could do it. Is it prismatic? Oh, it really is. They really put it kind of up there in the sense of like rarities. Like, what is it? They have as I fold out my graveyard with no Regenesis cards in hand, like Secret, Ultra, and then there's what is it? There's another Secret. Yeah, they did put a lot in here. Is it the Prismatic Secret? Would you be willing to trade right across for some Ultras? Yeah, the deck's like interesting. It's just for me being like a heavy combo player, I struggle sometimes like when I draw like these like kind of bad hands that control like mid-range or low ceiling decks have. It just like irks me because it's like, oh wow, if this was a combo deck, I at least would have like at least a 2 or 3 card combo. Whereas like sometimes you're just drawing like Unicorn plus something, and it's like that's all you get. Ugh. Ooh, thank you, Brandon. So I have the Ultra Unicorn, 2 Ultras and a Prismatic, and I want to either get all Ultra or all Prismatic. And that the cards are like the same in value for the Ultra and the Prismatic, so I just want to swap someone. So there's my 1 Prismatic, Code, Impermanence, Fenrir, and Archfiend. So this is like one of those situations. I haven't made a video about it yet. I've been struggling to get a video out just because every time I sit down and do like a test hand video, I always draw like the first hand consistently for 3 test hand videos, and including a different deck has been just garbage, unplayable. And it's just kind of like, oh, maybe this is a sign for me not to make test hand videos. But I want to talk about Regenesis Code. And Regenesis Code here is an insane card to beat like hand traps, especially if you open like one of your secondary engines that's not the cache. Like if you're playing Invoked, if you're playing the Dogmatica, you're able to beat cards like Ash, Droll, and stuff by just drawing Code along with those, because you code into Archfiend, and then Archfiend grabs you during the draw phase, of course, grabs you the Sage, and then during the main phase, your first action, you do a special Sage, and then you're able to commit. It only really conflicts when you have the cache cards, but I feel like the cache cards trade very well into hand traps as it is, so it's like, okay. After 2 years, I like to play Memento. What's your opinion? Memento is an insane deck. A very, very insane deck. In my opinion, it's really crazy. I think it'd be a good choice. I'm gonna turn down this background music. It's kind of killing me here. There we go. Hopefully you guys can maybe hear it in the background. Turn this down a little bit too. There we go. So yeah, Memento would be strong. It won a YCS, and it's Fiendsmith Memento would be an insane deck to play. We actually talk about it on our podcast. Shameless plug, if you guys. We dropped a new episode today, just I think like 30 minutes ago. Episode 2 dropped, and we discuss it. We talk about Memento in the first episode, and we talk about like it didn't show up on this recent YCS, which is kind of wild. But yeah, special unicorn effect to go. So this is like why you almost have to play. You have to play Theosis, like you have to, because in this scenario we're lucky, but like in this case of how we opened Archfiend here, we'd have to go like Theosis on Unicorn to summon out the Fenrir. Fenrir grabs another copy Unicorn, and then we can get our Regenesis plays going. But since we happen to open a Fenrir, we just grab Birth and use our additional normal summon, or use our normal summon, and then we use the Fenrir to grab us Unicorn. It's, yeah. Control decks are not up my alley at all, but I kind of was watching gameplay of this, and it's like, the ceiling's really low, right, for Regenesis, Cash, and whatever package you want to play. The ceiling's really low, but the cards do a lot. So it's kind of like you have a big house, but it's just one story, whereas like most combo decks I play are like a 2-story, 3-story house, but you have like a big, huge open area to play. And also I love the Nadir and Dogmatica stuff, so like being able to play it and it have synergy is really nice. But like, so we go here, effect to add Unicorn, then we just special Archfiend effect to go ahead and grab us. I've kind of had this contemplation. Is it always just go for Lord? Like, is that the play? You always go for the Lord to get access to Birth, or do you just go ahead and grab out Sage? Just grab out Sage and call it good? But I think you always go for Lord, because Lord Birth is an insane trap card. I got to take my laptop into my locals today for my local computer guy. My laptop's been doing this jingle. I don't know if you guys are able to hear it in the background. It does it nonstop. No notifications, no nothing. And it's so annoying. And I have to just like turn off the laptop completely. Otherwise, it just keeps jingling and I can't figure it out. So we set Birth. And then we have Code, which Code's pretty cool. So we have pretty much a lot of disruption. which doesn't seem like, that's what I'm talking about. This doesn't seem like a lot, but you're staring down an extra deck rip, a face up banish, and perm, which is just non-engine, right? But then you have a Book of Moon, and you have Code. So then you have the ability to Book of Moon something, and Code can summon out whether you want to do Sage, you want to do Warrior. It's entirely up to you. But you can literally code out Sage, and then you have an Omni Negate, and then you can Book a Moon by sending for cost Warrior. And then during the following turn, hypothetically, let's run through a play, right? Let's say you Sage, get rid of Lord. During the end phase of your opponent's turn, you're going to get back the Warrior, and then you draw it doesn't matter what we draw, which is perfect to draw this, right? It's perfect. You literally can go Code. The follow-ups, the crackback's insane. You banish Code to summon out Archfiend. Archfiend effect to search, and then you're able to just spiral down from here. That's why I like the deck, is that it kind of gives like, it's like a big, huge house, right? The ceiling ain't high, but there's a lot of appliances, like a 4-bedroom home. Don't matter if it's so fun to play, but I'm really inconsistent despite being one of the most consistent engines. I have found, that's actually so a good way to put it. It is very inconsistent at consistent at the same time, especially when, like, in this deck, I've learned that if you open, well, I shouldn't even say that. I say, like, Ecclesia or Maximus is probably the biggest brick in that engine we play, because sometimes we don't get into the extra deck, so we don't make, it's just a dead card in our hand. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't fit the stat requirement for, like, our Regenesis. But again, most decks play like one card, one brick, etc. It's whatever, right? But if you see like Fleur-de-Lis has the stat lines for like Archfiend, which is really good, and it can potentially come out in Chum Block regardless of, you know, so it does have application. Ecclesia is probably the only, outside of like the cash cards, but it's like the only dedicated normal summon. So like you open your one of Ecclesia, you just normal it, and you grab yourself Fleur-de-Lis anyway. And then Fleur-de-Lis, again, is in your hand for Archfiend. So Maximus sucks to see, which is crazy because it's probably the best card for the engine to play. But I will probably, yeah, so we could probably play, I really dread the next set, actually, because, not to ramble off here, but the next set's going to be awful for me because I want to play Vanquish Soul, the Flame Swordsman cards come out, Regenesis is getting new cards. So, like, I'm going to be hurt, and I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to make content, because I want to do, like, Vanquish Soul content. I want to do Infernoble content, because I think, man, and maybe I'm copium, but I think that new Flame Swordsman stuff does a lot more than what people think. Yeah, that's kind of like what I wanted to try and do. I'm very much a mono dual deck person. Like I pick one deck up and I really stick with it. And you can see that happen like on the channel when you watch like my verse local videos, or like even this last like Regenesis gameplay. Since I'm new to the deck, like I make misplays, and it just shows like it happens to everyone, right? So it's like you can definitely notice it from like when I like touch like Mermail or I touch like Infernoble, where like I know those decks like the back of my hands. I can play those decks almost, I wouldn't say flawlessly. There's still room for human error because we're all human. But like it just allows me to expand and increase my knowledge. And our locals is so small, and a lot of us have like the same mentality if we're going to play the decks that we want to play. Which, funny enough, in the podcast I bring this up, that our locals is actually pretty sweaty. If we go off YCS Providence meta, our locals is super meta and super sweaty. Magnoble is so good. I can't do it, man. Just play Magistus. I've been seeing so many like other decks play Magistus, and there's a reason why when I look at Magistus, it's like Nobles are not like even work close, because it just does so much crazy stuff with like some other good stuff. Yeah, if I wanted to play Magistus, I'd play Magistus, and I think one of the, like, I think I saw an Azamina Magistus, and I saw just that Moon, I think it's sort of called, Moon's like insane. And I'll tell you what, man, actually, to be honest with you, Random Gamer, if they made the fusion, the big, huge fire warrior guy, or the fire-looking dude, if they would have made him a fire warrior and actually provided, like, some more synergy beside Ooga Boonga I make rank 4, I would have done it. Because at least one of the end pieces would have been a fire warrior, and it'd be somewhere in the thematic of the deck, but can't do it. Can't do it. It goes against my values. Arguably, at that point, just go ahead and play Fiendsmith in it, too, because the Fiendsmith has synergy. Switch to Dragon Tail Magistus. Ooh, yeah, Dragon, thank you. Yeah, Dragon Tail. I've been seeing that pop up, too. Yeah, the Magistus stuff has been long waited, dude. Like, it's just so cool when a deck like Magistus, not to even, like, bag on it, because I hate when engines get splashed into everything, and then everything just becomes a worse variant of the best variant, essentially. But like Magistus is a long time coming, and it's so cool that that deck can be played almost any direction you want to play it in. Dark Magician, dude. I might play some Dark Magician. I'm a huge... Actually, I tried last night to build a Dark Magician deck, but I was like super busy with editing and stuff after the podcast. I couldn't devote my time to it. But I would really like to play Dark Magician. I think Dark Magician can like move away from its set 5 strategy, and you can play some pretty crazy stuff. But Magistus... Yeah, I know Rudy Torres hit me up a while ago and showed me like the combo, and it's just the Magistus cards are able to facilitate Dempsey. And then Dempsey, once you get to Dempsey, you pretty much go off to full Angelica combo. And I'm just not a fan of that. Because in my theory, when I come to like deck building and I like do stuff, I try to build my decks where every card has some sort of synergy. So there's no like, if you guys remember when it was Punk Therion, there was like little to no synergy with those two engines. You had to open like the perfect amount. One card did not bridge you into another type of thing. And that's why I try to keep decks to have like some sort of like, they have to have fluidity. And it's just like, if I open Renault, which is arguably the best Infinite Noble card, main deck monsters, I should say, it has no synergy with a single Magistus card. So it doesn't do nothing, especially playing into like decks that have like 15 non-engine and stuff like that. Like you need to have like that fluidity to go for you, so that way you eat stuff. That's why I like, what do you call it? The Boxer stuff. And that's why the Boxers, I kind of like, before we lost Isolde, I like the Boxer stuff slightly. I still think Connector was the best card, but hands down, because the bridge was Connector into Isolde, but because the Boxers allowed you to use like Renault. If you opened Renault, if your like uppercutter got stopped, you specialed Renault and made Angelica, but with the Connector, you couldn't do that. And sometimes that happened where it would hit your Connector and that was your only play, and you'd have Connector plus Renault, and you couldn't do nothing. DM is... Yeah, dude, I think there's a way. There's got to be a way. There's a way that's going to be an insane deck, in my opinion. It's kind of nice to see it get some crazy support. I think making the Ayatamaya searchable, all the fusions are kind of cracked. Like, I was reading Dark Paladin last night, and even though Dark Paladin is insanely old, but it is a spell negate, right? And I think that the Dark Magician girl Dragonite, she's a spell and trap pop, and then the new Timaeus is a pop. So, like, you can end up in, like, Dragoon, Azamina if you wanted to. I think there's got to be some way. Maybe that's what we do on stream today. We figure out what I'm playing, which if I can get a hold of Theosis, we'll just play Regenesis. And then, speaking of that, since I have you guys here, are you guys here in chat? What do you guys still think of the point of view? Is that something we should keep going, or should we go back to our like side angle looking down? Point of view is easier for me because of space. I don't have to set up a camera. I just throw it on my hat and go. But I was just curious on if people were enjoying the point of view. If people enjoyed post commentary over point of view. I mean, I'll be honest with y'all. Even the Grim Reaper, Brandon up here, has to vouch for us. We say some of the off-the-wall stuff at locals. Like, I don't want to get demonetized or have, like, some of you guys think, like, what we say is, like, what we believe and what we're, like, joking about is, like, what we actually think. So I normally post commentary a lot of stuff because a lot of our locals normally say off-the-wall stuff, but... Oh, here we go. So here we go. Perfect. This is actually such a good example of what I was just talking about. Is you draw Maximus, the worst card. Like, the only way we make this work is if we overlay into something. And I mean, that's not like a terrible idea, actually. I think we can make it work. Hypothetically. I need to see if I can find my gravity controller, but you special summon out Archfiend. Archfiend goes ahead and grabs us. I think we'll go ahead and grab our dragon because it's arguably the worst one. In the sense of, like, what... I mean, we want to always play it because it has the utility of spot removal. But then you special out the dragon. I'm going to go and special out Sage just because we have the negate live because we have the Lord in hand, which we don't want to use, but we might have to. We go up here to dragon, and then we make any level 7. It doesn't matter. We'll just go Draco Sack. Essentially, it has to be level 8 because these are 2 level 8s. Jeez, I told you guys. So you got to make a level 8, which could be, you'd have to play, I mean, it's not impossible to play. Like, the extra deck is so free, you could throw in a level 8. But then it's just like, do you really want level 8s that exist? Like, what do you... I guess you could go, like, Vampire, right? You go, like, Vampire, and then detach mill off, like, potentially, like, the spells, because the spells are good. The spells are pretty decent. But essentially, just for the sake of, just so you guys can, like, see here. Zombie Vampire, yeah. So, like, you play Zombie Vampire, detach Meal. Essentially, just for the sake of the video, any level 8, because I totally forget that these two are... I don't know why Konami made these guys level 8s. It's probably some sort of religious reason because of the Torah or something like that, because that's what the deck's based off. But you link it off into Gravity Controller, and then you can go here into Maximus, and then Maximus then you can dump 2 cards. You can dump Garura and Tri-Brigade if you wanted to draw 2, put back 1. You know, like, so I just want the line to be there, even though it might not come up too often. So that's probably... No, in my luck, I'll put in, I like... Yeah, which is probably a Vampire Suck would be the best. Zombie Vampire would be the best option. I wish there was a level 8 that just didn't... That, like, had some sort of effect when it was, like, sent to Graveyard that could have, like, synergy with the deck. Maybe there is. I haven't looked it up. But that's what I was talking about, is right there. That's the issue that sometimes happens that I want to have. So you just need to throw in, like... And then you play enough level 7s, like Flare Metal, Big Eye. You do have the ability to play, like, rank 8 to just throw away something rank 8 to get value, right? And then I can just link it off into Gravity Controller. Yeah, Droll is an insane... That's what I was talking about earlier. This deck does have, like, a 1-card way to beat Droll. But Droll is just, yeah, Droll is now the bane of so many decks that exist out there. Like, it's kind of insane. Like, I believe that every deck should have, like, a Silver Bullet, right? But, like, Droll is, like, every deck Silver Bullet, hand-depending. But if you... I brought it up. I'll actually just show it real quick. Maybe I'll get lucky and draw... I'm going to have Crusadia Crawler Nightmares all over again. Well, there you go. You beat Droll easy, dude. Draw call by. Get sacked. Sacked by the grave. But, yeah, I'll show it real quick. If you open, like, this right here... I was mentioned earlier. And it doesn't have to be Nadir. It could be, like, Alistair. It could be whatever engine you want. I mean, you are... Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it's only a quick effect if you have a plant. But you can just simply just make it and detach and pop off, yeah. If you're going second. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But this is, like, whatever searcher card you have, right? Whether it be Invocation, or... What's it called? Alistair, whether it be... I even forgot what the freaking field spell for. I think it's... I forgot what the... Magical Meltdown, there you go, yeah. If you have, like, Alistair, Magical Meltdown, Primite, whatever your secondary engine, aside from it being the, what do you call it? Aside from it being the cash stuff, this deck beats, because you just draw phase, you activate Regenesis Code, you summon out Archfiend. Archfiend in draw phase grabs you Sage, and then they can't drill you here. And then the first action is just special summon out Sage, and then you go Nadir Servant, and then... Or whatever you're searching, normal summon Alistair, whatever it be, then you go that way. And then you're protected under, like, even if they just open Droll and they open, like, Ash or something like that, you're able to protect yourself, which is fine. Live Twins don't care about Droll. I guess that, yeah, Live Twins do not care about Droll at all. But, I mean, arguably, I mean, like, those decks have... Not Live Twin is just kind of insane. I'm pretty glad that deck was able to get some really good support. Malice, though, Malice has, like, a Silver Bullet, has, like, multiple Silver Bullets, which is kind of crazy in the sense of, like, Lancia and that Chaos Hunter and stuff like that. They have, like, more than... So I guess that's kind of fair, right? They don't lose the Droll, but there's, like, more harder hitting cards. But, like, you don't need... Like, I can't even really say that, because, like, if Lancia or Chaos Hunter is the only cards you have, like, Malice can play through them. So, like, it has to be paired with something. You have to have, like, Lancia plus, like, Ash, or Lancia plus, like, Bell, right, to stop those. Yeah, because, yeah, Live Twin Fiendsmith is pretty bonkers. Got to experience that at this last locals. But yeah, then you just fire off, then whatever you're doing, this right here, you're now protected under Sage to be able to protect. And you just fire off this way, and it'd be pretty good. This only conflicts, this particular Regenesis Code stuff only conflicts with, like, Unicorn. But if you happen to have Unicorn, you're still, like, okay in a way, because you hold Unicorn, and you go Nadir Servant. You potentially, you know, you dump Garura, search Maximus, draw 1. You have, what is it, 2 other cards in your hand, so now you have 3 cards in your hand, and you just play off. And then eventually, before you get something, you can tribute summon out, if you haven't had to use it, to Unicorn, by using Archfiend or the 2 bodies you have, right? Archfiend and Maximus. And then you can use Unicorn, grab Theosis, Unicorn, grab Birth, whatever you need to. And then, during the end phase, you summon out Ecclesia. Ecclesia grabs you the fleur-de-lis, and then you have it all set up. But I would not tribute summon Unicorn by any means for Unicorn if you don't have another Regenesis name in hand or card in hand to be able to negate with Sage. Would not do that. Yeah, Fuwa is absolutely, yeah. That's the one thing that my buddy Paul was saying that played it. He's like, if you drop Fuwa, like, we have to play into it. Fuwa just kind of cooks the deck. But I mean, there's always a dichotomy, right? Fuwa is only as good as the cards you draw. And if Fiendsmith goes full Fiendsmith, or not Fiendsmith, Life Twins go full combo, and you draw nothing, like you draw none of your non-engine, you just have your straight engine to beat their entire board, like they end on so much disruptions that even then, like it's pretty rough. I didn't know that they could make that Djinn Buster, so like it's kind of cool that they also have the way to set up like through Fuwa. Like I know Fuwa can cook them, right? But I know like they have the ability to potentially play into or set up disruptions or kind of like, maybe we call it shields through those hand traps. They get Fuwa'd, they play a little bit, they make Djinn, it puts you on, you better have Imperm to stop Djinn, so then Djinn can then check like Nibiru, or then can check like, you know, higher impact hand traps, etc. And then they just keep playing, and then, you know, they just have like different layers of shields to particularly protect their boards. But you would cook them if you did draw like Nib Imperm, which is very likely, right? Like, you know, they set up that negate, you Imperm the frickin' Djinn, and then Nib response. But that's what you got to do, especially with Fuwa and like cards like Maxi. Like if your deck is like a combo deck and you know you're playing, and in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's almost like you have to send it, man. Like you really do. You have to send it. You can't just sit there and like pass on nothing, because if you pass on nothing, maybe your one or two hand traps aren't going to do enough to stop, you know, what they have coming. So you have to commit somewhat to a Fuwa and hope that what you commit, I feel like you have to like hope for three things. Pray is one of, like, you have to pray that their draws are bad. Well, if they get off Fuwawas, pray they open subpar and hope that you draw a good amount of non-engine to be able to just set up something and then non-engine. But I mean, speaking of Fuwa, we get cooked by we get cooked by Perilia. Perilia cooks this deck so bad. It is so bad how bad we get cooked by Perilia. And it's almost, we don't put up like some crazy comboist board, you know what I mean? So like, we have to play into it. Conveniently, we do have like some flexibility with like code being able to like play around Perilia, but like we play into like the other Moltrama that way. So like, it is crazy that during like in this hand, like right here, that we just kind of have to like just have a clump of cards. Like we get cooked by Perilia pretty hard. But again, like we'd have like the ability to like special, they'd get one draw, effect to search or something like that. Then we could go Regenesis, they'd get 2 draws, effect to search. Special, they'd get 3 draws, and now we have like Sage out here, and then you could just hold something like this for their turn. So then you have a Unicorn Rip, Sage to negate, and then serve a code to bring out Warrior, which then is a bounce, or if depending matchup, Dragon. And like hope that this is enough to hold back their cards in hand. But you gave them 3 cards, and you only have 3 forms of interaction. They have 5 cards in their hand, or if 4 cards in their hand, not entitled to the 3 cards they drew. So like you're probably getting cooked. Like you better hope that these bodies are big enough, or maybe Unicorn will cause a big enough hindrance to them. You rip their one extra deck monster. But yeah, I was thinking we'll just go ahead and hop on over to Omega and get a few games in. Hop on over here. I'm still feeling Regenesis. I'm gonna pick up that Cash Theosis, and I think just need to change the extra deck or side deck a little bit, and we should be good to go there. But let's go here to Deck Manager. I must have got deleted. We actually can look into Dark Magician too, because I think that's going to be kind of wild. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Regenesis. Right there. So this is the list. It's identical to the one I'm playing, except for Theosis is in here. The extra deck I do, like as you can see, I do have a link at level 8 here. I have Artemis, but I don't think you should play Artemis. You can potentially unbrick them by doing so, and that sucks. Yeah, exactly. You help them. They have like a dog water hand, but you are in this situation where you have a decision tree. Don't play get bodied. Play unbrick their hand, but you don't know if they're bricked up or not. So I think we need to just go ahead and add Gravity Controller was what it? Gravity Controller, and then Vampire. We don't really need this. Vampire or whatever it is. The zombie vampire. Then there we kind of go. Put Lancia here in the side deck. Build up our side deck here. I like Dragon's Mind. It's such an insane card going first for this deck. I think we also want to place... I've been seeing a lot of talk about this. I've been a huge advocate for this card for a while. But Salesman is a good going first option. And then... Let's see here. Do we throw in Nib? Porilia. We can put in Fuaros too. Actually, arguably Porilia should be Fuaros. Yeah, let's put this down here. This card could also be going second, right? You know, just declare one card name, and then like you call like Detonator, frame one, they can't do anything. We got going first, going second. I don't feel like there's enough to counteract Malice. Going first, going second, going second. We have Ash effect with our Imperm, so when we know we go second, we can take out like the Trinity here. The Trinity, we can take out like Ecclesia. Birth is like one of those cards. I feel like actually we can cut this down because this is what the list will look like here. Because I'll just cut down the two. You only play one of the names. So, yeah, I think we'll just wing it. I don't think it's optimal, but it is what it is. Oh, we gotta authenticate. There we go. Hopefully we'll get some good games here. Paper Gang. Normally I'm rock all the way. J-Rock, baby. If you guys ever want to lose some brain cells, J-Rock comes from literally the Trailer Park Boys. Yeah. If you guys want to lose some brain cells. Crazy. So, see if I got rock out of one. Wild. So, Ash Effect Veiler. Ecclesia, wow. Talents is decent. Let's see what we're playing against, though. That's what's going to be key here. I mean, even then... Well, Ash that with the quickness. Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes has kind of been rampant every time I hop on and play. Like, it's kind of crazy on Omega, but you Ash that with the quickness. With the quickness. Oh, that's pretty good. Fuwa. Sweet. Do we just bait something? Normal summon Ecclesia search for Fleur de Lis. I mean, we have it normal. Yeah, let's just do it. We might get cooked by Droll, though. That's okay. We'll look at their hand, rip their card, and... Dang, yeah, they do got something sweet. Dogridge in, that's right, brother. Well, Cash Tier in there as well. Cash is in here, too. Because this right here... So, like, this right here will get us Fleur de Lis. He's really thinking. 2 cards to my... This is why I stopped playing Blue Eyes, is because my wishes would always get ashed. With the quickness, the swiftness, man. I wouldn't even get to finish the... Sweet, now watch. Let's... It's over. I feel like it's over. So let's see, we grab this. Yeah, it's definitely... Yeah. Then we just set this. We're just going for a kill right here. Maybe he's hoping I'll misclick and... Whack, bro. Yep, continue. Alright, so now we're going to blue ice and we're going second, so... Let's see here. Five. What's another card to take out? That maybe, and then we put in the fool was. Yeah, let's just try that swap. Yep, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Regen made me realize how generic the 2500 stat. Dude, yeah, it is. Effectivate. Wow. Okay. Matt invoked blue eyes. All right. All right. Well, are they good? Are they good at the game? Let's find out. We got game 3. Let's find out if they're good at... Are they a good invoked player? Because remember, good invoked players always have invocation. Let's see. No, I don't want to activate nothing. This is going to scare him, though. This fleur-de-lis sitting here is going to scare him because he's going to be like, what's he got up there? Okay. So he has to use this, dump blue eyes. Then he can, like, go into... Yeah, let's see what he has, so... All right. Kind of a bad hand. Not really bad, but... I mean, we're kind of like almost in the same boat he was, like, his first game. Like, if this gets ashed, like, we're kind of done for. Actually, it's going to be like 50-50. I can establish this on the field, and that makes, like, Sage live. But we lose the negate. Which maybe that's what I should probably do since it's his turn 1. If I see Invocation Smackdown, is just go ahead and beam out Fleur-de-Lis. That way, and then I can check I can check Mechabo with Sage here. I wish they'd have kept the names, man. Shemot, that's so cool. Like, the whole deck is being based on, like, the Torah and stuff like that. I guess I can use this any moment. Like, I don't have to use it during my end phase. Yeah, let him think a little bit. Let him cook. Let him cook. What could he have? What could he have? Nothing. We'll pass to you. You play mind games, right? Mind games. This is like the same thing as like in IRL play where you're like thinking. You read the card, you fan through their graveyard. So if he sets Majesty, nope, Wishes, alright, that's pretty good. I feel as though there was an archetype with a similar theme, maybe Zephyra? Yeah, so Zephyra was based off of the Tree of Life, which comes from the Kabbalah, I believe, the Kabbalistic, the Torah and stuff like that. Zephyra does derive themes from, like, that sect of Judaism. And this is just literally, like, I think Shemot is supposed to be, like, the Hebrew name for Deuteronomy. I think. Don't quote me on it. Which, if you think, it's kind of thematically cool. We have the Old Testament of the Bible, right? And then pretty much the Dear Servant, the Dogmaticas are like the puns on the Catholic Church, right? So like we do kind of have like a theme going on. Old and New Testament. But there's only one king, and that's Masterpiece. He's the Masterpiece, the true Draco Slaying King. So, let's see here. I think I frame one. No, he's the additional normal summon. Okay. So, what did he set? Do I know what is set? Yeah, so I think yeah. I think I have to. I think I have to put... No, I can hold. In phase, okay. Effect failure. Terrible. Terrible. My only line of play is Nadir Servant, so maybe that wasn't... Oh, no. No shot. Bro. That's insane. I didn't know these cards were... This is, like, insanely better, because... This is insane, actually. I didn't know it was... I thought it was my field. On my field. Oh, yeah, dude, I agree. Starry Night, like, I mark my words, chat. I will play Starry Night for Christmas. I will get clobbered into oblivion, but I will play Starry Night. He's... And see, if he ashes this, I can stop it. But again, I don't know if I want to do that. Nope, he's gonna let it resolve. All right, so let's send Garura, or do we send Entis? Attempt to force out. Oh man, I think we sent Entis here. Entis, no, the Nentis grabs me. Send Entis, force out the trap, negate the trap. Yeah. I mean, Entis could also attempt to pop. No, we don't want to do that right now. Because if this is the trap, I swear I saw him grab Majesty. So this forces Majesty, and he has 2 blue eyes, so he loses value. He's only going to be able to pop. He's going to chain that. That's fine. Should have negated that. Okay. Mistakes have been made. Because if that is... No, we're okay. We're okay, because this is still alive to negate, yeah. Yeah, we're okay. I think we're okay. And if he has a hand trap, we do get cooked here. Because he fires off this, I can negate that with this. So also, guys, he was not a good invoked player because he didn't have draw invocation. Yep. If he has effect failure, we do get cooked, which I think he's searched. Effect failure, yep. Yeah, that's kind of brutal. Yep, effect failure to check everything. It's alright. Yeah, it's always Primite, but like it's another one of those variants that are decent, yeah. Because Alistair converts into the Link 1, which is still crazy. So yeah, he can destroy too, which sucks. I think we just lose here. We'll just continue. That's okay. I don't know if I even want to side Dragon's Mind in. I feel like It's not that crazy of a, of a card to put in. Um... Swap. I mean, really, I go Salesman, call Droll, right? Or maybe it's call Effect Veiler, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's good enough. We'll try and play first. What a terrible hand. Wild. It's stuff like this that makes me, like, lose my mind with simulators, man. Crazy. Well, we hope it's enough. Hope it's enough. Call by mate. Hopefully he just throws mate and we can call it by. But that's crazy. One of. Literally, there's 1, 2, 4 one-ofs in my hand, which I understand. Like, I understand, but still, like, that's wild. That's okay. Yep, that's fine. We'll just call by the maiden with the quickness and hope it's enough. Oh, you can normal some Alistair too. Oh, man. That would be pretty harsh if you normal summon Alistair and then... You'd have to link these two off to something. Oh. Yeah, we'll just call by maiden with the quickness. Hope it's enough. Hope it's enough. He can do Sage into... Kaiser Seahorse is pretty good, actually. It was like he could, like, do additional normal summon of Sage and make Spirit, but... You just gotta kill me. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta put up... I think just 37 more damage, right? If my math is correct. 33 more damage. It's crazy, man. Crazy. And arguably, man, we should have probably taken out the dragon. But dragon's like is really actually good against hitting True Light in this matchup. Like quick effect, special, just inherently summon, pop True Light. Well, that's still not too terrible, but our draw has to be so good here. And it puts us on, like, really trying to use the sales band for something decent. Like, we got to call... What's he going to do, make Spears? And then, like, do I use sales band and call Spear? And do you call, Spear? Do I call, like, Droll or Ash? Effect Veiler? There's just so many cards to call. Like, I need this card. I needed, really, these other 3 cards. So, the sales band and call by to be, like, in conjunction with a very powerful hand. But he can go Seals here, yeah. Seals pass. And I actually think I'm going to put together Dragon Ruler, too. I'm picking up the stuff to play Dragon Ruler as well. Like, I want to tinker with that deck more. So, yeah, he can go ahead and send Maiden, but it won't get its ability this next turn either. But getting it for follow-up. He has 4 cards, I have 4 cards. Well, yeah, he has a little bit more. This draw has to be bomb. Yu-Gi-Oh! I think we call Ash. I know it sounds kind of wild. We go Salesman, call Ash, Blossom, Joyous Spring, activate Nadir Servant to dump. Oh, but this right here can just bounce. Maybe it's Nadir. We call Ash Blossom, Nadir into... It's not good if he has... Maybe we go Nadir into... He would have set Imperm, so he might have Veiler. Is it that into Ash? Yeah, I think we go... Call Ash Blossom. They end on quite a bit, actually, but it just, the deruler stuff end on quite a bit. It's just they don't have, like, any, unless you play, like, the Black Rose package, you don't have a way to stop Nib. You literally do your combo and just eat Nib, so, like, I think you have to, like, hyper gear, or, you know, hyper force out Heavenly Spheres here, so that way when you do eat it. Now, I should have called Ash Blossom. Just want to double check the log here. Will it tell me what I called? I think I send... I have to send this, I think. To force out the... Because, like, a draw is random, right? So, like, if I do this, I force out... Yeah, go ahead and force out the spears here. Okay. Sometimes I'm very, this, like, I don't click things right. So, like, I just, Droll and Lockbird, okay. Can't stop that, that's okay. Droll and Lockbird. Yeah, I couldn't beat them both, sadly. No, my luck, he didn't have frickin' Ash in hand. But I knew this lost to Ash. I'm still gonna potentially rip an extra deck. Send Titaniclad. Okay. So he has something. So he must have, like, an effect... Probably Effect Veiler. Because this don't do anything, right? Alright, so what do I send? Oh, this is so terrible. I think it's... I think I have to do that. Because this card can't be destroyed by battle, right? Other cards can be destroyed by opponent's card effects. You can only use the following. You can special summon. At the start of the damage tab, if this card battles a targeted. But Spears negates the... No, Spears don't negate the effect. Yeah, that's just kind of brutal, actually. Oh, I think he's got me, man. He has got me because I can't... These guys being such levels is kind of bad. It's a shame, man. A shame. I don't understand, like I said, I don't understand why they didn't make all these guys be level 7s. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I'm sure it has something to do with, like, lore and stuff, but yeah, we can't play because of... Let's see here. A card to return to the deck. Maiden. Darn. Number 76. Where's he at? Yeah, she's pretty sweet. Or yeah, she's pretty sweet. We could almost play through Droll if we had a level 7. It does be that way though. Yeah, it makes like it has to be for lore purposes, right? Like they have it because it makes like no sense. But it is what it is, right? It is. I think we just go in phase. See if he can kill me. Well, I mean, we'll be able to build a wall. Yeah, it is what it is. Maybe I should have summoned Fleur-de-Lis. But yeah, we'll just wall up. Hopefully he can't put on 33, or, 33 through 2 bodies. Which you should be able to. But that's okay. It's okay. I just needed Lord and Dragon to be two separate cards, man, and then it would have been off to the races. But Droll is definitely pretty powerful, but I definitely had call by. I had call by and salesman. Like, I was pretty set, man. It's just kind of very unfortunate that my opponent is... Not even my opponent, that my deck decided to, like, stop right there. Let's draw two of the... Let's draw one of the worst levels you could have, and then, yeah. It is what it is. Let's see what he does here. Because if I should have put Maximus in defense, truly, but he would have been able to solve Maximus regardless. But we're kind of like doing... If he can just... I mean, like, he's going to be able to deal 15 because I put Maximus in attack. I, for some reason, thought Spear's negated, but I don't know why. I thought that because Spear summons out Magnuma and Magnuma gets a search. Those are just summon Maximus in defense. And so he might be able... But he has to essentially do, like, a huge amount of damage over top of this. Because, like I said, I chum block. And it puts me on drawing. At least I'll get, like, one more turn. And possibly, here's the thing, is, like, if Maximus was in defense, there's a good chance Maximus might have stuck around, and then that being able to dump again would have been huge. Going to the... I am not... I know a few of my other buddies is talking about going to it. But I shouldn't say I'm not. It's just... This week has been my busiest week for, like, so long. I literally went to Denver Monday, Deadwood on Tuesday. Today, I'm home. Excuse me. Tuesday went to Denver. Wednesday went to Deadwood. Home yesterday. Go to locals tonight. We're going to Devil's Tower Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Mother's Day with my lady's family. So I'm just so busy. And this week is like financially broke the budget, so I'm just kind of curious. I would like to go to either that or the Denver Regional to get one solid test in. Oh, he gave up? What? Oh, I must have ran out of time. Sweet. So yeah, I would like to make it up there. I'd like to go to one regional before Nationals is like my goal. But blue eyes, more like cross-eyed. J-Rock, baby. There we go. Okay. Straight cooked. Straight cooked. Straight cooked, dude. We hope this is enough. Hope it's enough. We had just our states, hoping y'all can make the next one. Hopefully. I hope so. That'd be nice to be able to make it up there. So last time we came down, man, I literally drove in a blizzard back in my sports car, and that was terrible. So I do not want to do that again. So I would like to come up during the warmer weather. Oh. Oh, my. Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's see. Isn't White Binder? You just banish White Binder. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of White Binder. Yeah. Effect Veiler and... Well, that sucks. I mean, it's not too terrible. Like, that's his normal summon. Yeah, no, we're okay. Oh, I should have just... No. Oh, son of a bitch. Please stop. Well, we just gotta hold the line, I guess. Did I see update jammer in that extra deck? Other just currently running Rise Origin. That's pretty cool, man, actually. I like playing the cash variant, but it always feels too bricky, and so in my opinion. So that's interesting you brought that up, because I know everyone's like, oh, unicorn, unicorn, unicorn. And I've kind of contemplated about that myself, man. I'm like, the unicorn and cashier stuff do so much, but I feel like there's tons of different engines to play in the deck. Like Dogmatica and stuff like that. I really hope I hit the right one. I hope Binder was the correct call. Hopefully this Malice player can't whoop me with it. Tikaboo. Space is just so tight. I do agree with you. I should probably be playing Tikaboo. I should be playing like definitely something. Even if I've actually said I don't know if Tikaboo should be in the main, but like definitely it should be somewhere in the deck list, whether it be side or extra or side or main deck. But I really hope this was enough. Malice always gives you like this false sense of hope, right? They set a card, you're like, they're done. But what's crazy is we'll get back. We have these guys for follow-up. And we'll get back the dragon, and if they solve this guy, the sage, we'll get it back too. Yeah, this is insane. This is the true power of Mouse. Given I should have framed one effect. I mean, it didn't matter because he had the trap, right? So I guess frame one I should have. It didn't matter in that scenario. Effect Veiler was just terrible against that. If I effect Veiler that one, I think that was then what? He sets it, banishes it. I negate the trap. But he can't make this card. This actually might be enough to kill me. Right, 1-0? He can't access code me for... Oh. Well, that sucks. But that'll be alright. And he hasn't used hair yet? That's insane. This is the true power of Malice. Yeah, but that's the thing is, I guess you need to have it in the main because it is like a one card, right? It is like a one card, if you see it, you win, right? It's just, I'm so unlucky. As you saw like the last game, I saw so many stupid one-ofs. Well, this is going to be nice. All right, what do you do? If this card's linked to summon, activate this effect. Special summon. That's any cyber, so 2300, and if you do this card against when opponent activates a card, you contribute one link monster this card points to negate the activation. Okay. Yep. This is YG Omega. I would like to figure... It's just so difficult to get EDO Pro 3, I think. That's the one I'm thinking of. EDO Pro 3, it's just... It's like we're Master Duel, but like it's just so... Really? You're going to negate that? What the... I mean, he probably has a hand trap here, which sucks, but... That'd be just kind of wild. He chose to negate that. He had one negate. And that's what he chose to negate? Yeah, Perula. Dude, do we just get rid of... I feel like we just get an access code. Okay. We should not have won that, chat. 100% should not have won that. Perilia just, I guess, that was part of the prayer, right? In the very beginning, you got to pray they don't draw good, and hope that unicorn rips out some good things. So now we know we're going second. Well, we know that Effect Veiler is coming out, because I'm not a big fan of Effect Veiler. 6. Let's see. Let's cut out Ecclesia, Birth, and Ecclesia. 8. I want to cut out one more card. Let's cut out this right here, 9. So then I can put in... Perilia. I don't know if Perilia is even good. I mean, I guess it could at least hit hair, right? Hair in a normal summon, so... Yeah, good enough, I guess. Well, yes, sir. I don't mind if I do with the quickness. And I get cooked because they can play through this. But I gotta eat an imperm, though. That's what's crazy, is I can potentially stop something. I can't play either. Ho, ho, ho! Sweet, you bogus. Suck on not one, but 2 Lancias. Huh. Perilia. Yeah, I actually liked Perilia. Out of all of my life, I think Perilia is like the most fairest one. Okay. Ling Kribo. Sweet. Oh, 300, I take it. I don't think there's a single card that could get me out of this, actually. Probably drew Ash again. Nope. Let's see. So this is interesting. Let's hear. So take one Regenesis name. If this card is in your grave, turn it with Synthos turn, you can banish it, then target one Regenesis monster in your grave or such. Yeah, so... Droll? Okay. Droll's fine. Oh, he took out? Okay. Alright. End phase. Fire it off. They probably drew Ash for turn. No, they didn't. Okay, so let's see. I gotta think. Do we summon out Warrior to bounce back so they have to commit their normal summon? Or do I go Sage effect? Let's just do Sage. Always do Sage. Sage is the reason Sage is an ultra, because it's so good. He has to play through double Imperm and Sage. Yeah, we gotta negate that with the quickness. Yeah, that's like a 1 card. At least if he drops down a card, like normal summon something, I can smoke it with Imperm. Hopefully we can do that. Hopefully we can smoke it with an imperm. Well, that's pretty good. Yep, can't stop that. How about a second imperm? I don't think he normal summoned either. Yeah. Normal summon white hair or white rabbit. Get cooked. It's probably what's gonna happen. Talents. Draw 2. Well, now you might draw into white hair, yeah. It's crazy. Oh, that's insane. Insane, dude. Triple T is such a hard... It's such a... You love being on the delivering end of triple talents, right? But you hate being on the receiving end. It's crazy. Gold Sark, I see why this deck is so strong, man. I see it. Drew into Druis Worm. He should be able to kill me here, right? Like, there's, like, no debate. Doesn't he just make... Yeah, now he just kind of goes through and, for lack of better terms, cooks me, I feel like. I mean, we're still sitting pretty good. I mean, if we live, we have Regenesis and... we have, yeah, the Torah, or Regenesis Code, and then Regenesis for, like, Crackback, but I think he just cooks me here. Yeah, I mean... It is what it is. They just all have such good synergy, and... That's the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like, Tactics, it seems to me like Tactics drew him into what he needed, so, like, that's, like, you know... luck and all that stuff, but we should be... Oh, man, this might be enough. So he targets that. And then Ransom. Yeah, this might be enough to get me. Because he banishes that, right? Yeah. It takes 9 to bring it back. As long as does this gain any attack? Oh, that's enough. Yeah, that's enough for game. Good deal. Good deal. Let him get it in. He deserves it. Exactly 15. That's wild, man. Okay. Oh, but we get to go first. Okay, so... Take out those. I feel like Imperms is not that great. We'll put in Sales Ban. Called Droll. Sweet. We'll try and go first. Oh, man. Okay, so... Yeah, this hand's pretty good. We don't need to use the line. D-Shifter? Are you fucking kidding me? You gotta be fucking joking. No, that's fine. Well, now I can't get drolled, right? I think I still just cook it. Like, throw this, call Ash Blossom, right? Oh, it doesn't even matter if I call Ash. Like, I'm sitting so fine. It's okay. Wow. This hand beats so many things. I just don't know what else to call now. I mean, maybe I just call Imperm? Special Disc, try to search. Maybe I just call Nibiru. No, let's just call Ash Blossom. Even though I don't know if I like the thought of calling Ash Blossom, but... Because he still ashed me, if I remember right. This is YG Omega. Nope. Beta Hand Trap. Can't ash me. Grab this, special that. Yeah. That'll be 3. Three summons. Four summons. Let's see here. Well, this card won't do much of anything because I can't book a moon, but it's like, what are my other options, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 summons. You can't nib me, dude. Oh, maybe I should just ash this. Go ahead and activate this. No. No, it's okay. Do I just summon the bounce? Summon out this bounce. Summon out this negate. Yeah, we're okay. I should have checked this. I should have... Oh, goofed up. Oh, well. That's rough. I should have summoned out the warrior because this can't negate undershifter, I don't think. Dang. Let's just activate this. Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll try not to trigger Finner here. White binder's gone. That's fine. Well, at this point, I know Cryptor can cook me. Maybe it's hit Splash Mage? Cryptor's pretty good. But I get cooked by... A lot of these cards cook me, so I gotta just figure out... This lets you search, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if I would have read this card, I should have read this card, man. I should have just read this dude. I don't understand. You can run Regenesis. Yeah, this card's just useless underneath Shifter. Just getting sacked by Shifter, dude. That's insane. But hopefully I have a wall. He just gets to play freely now, yeah. A 1 of Shifter? Like, that's such terrible... Like, I mean, I'm getting sacked by it, but, like, you know, good for him. But, like, fortune favors the lucky, I guess. But that's just insane. It is what it is. If the Disintegrator was part of the effect instead of... Yeah, it'd work. I knew... Yeah. This is all cost to go to the graveyard. I didn't have a better card to set, so, like, it's okay to set this card. I should have read the Sage a little bit better for sure. Oh, Slim, why can't he go into access code? I mean, both his 3s are gone. Minus Cryptor. He could hard make Cryptor and stuff like that, maybe. Yeah, like we have insane follow-up. Because when my turn comes around, it might be slow my turn, actually, depending how he solves this. He's trying to fuel the graveyard, because I think... Oh, yeah, you're right. He can't go access code because he's under his own shifter. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. Well, here's Drew a Swarm. Yeah, we should be okay. Depending on what our draws. No matter what, we're gonna have like kind of insane follow-up. Because this trap during his turn can bring back Reach Archfiend and stuff. Oh Lord, here getting big as for no reason. Do you have some thoughts about decks that will be seeing some play? Like Punk, for example? Vanquish Soul. I think Vanquish Soul is going to get some play in the future. I can tell you from my perspective, I'll be definitely playing some Fire Warrior Turbo stuff once the Dark Flare Swordsman comes out. K9, Dragon Tail or Draco Tail, the Yummy. Like, there's a lot of potential decks coming out. Huh? Oh. Okay. Let me set extra deck boar. I don't even care. We'll just get rid of all the Malice names. $18. Come on, bud. You shifted me. Yeah. Have you guys seen Game of Thrones where like they betray Jon Snow and he comes back and he's like, I took a chance and I lost. It's like, you shifted me and you lost. Is it? Why can't I go on the extra deck? I thought... Did this lock me out of the extra deck? Huh. I thought... What locked me out of the... You know, I said... Oh, you can special summon one of your non-XYZ banished graveyard opponent activates... I'm confused why I can't XYZ. What's restricting me from going into Flare Metal at the moment here? Ah. Okay, we'll just go in face. He has 2 cards. I think we just... Yep. That was sweet. We're going to fire that off. Sweet. We got Malice, boys. We cooked Malice. I don't know why it wouldn't let me make Red of Flare there. That was the plan. Their trap, maybe? The trap was Impulse. So, like, their Impulse wouldn't have stopped me. My trap doesn't stop me from using the extra deck. Unless it was something that I should have been able to overlay for Flare Metal, unless Flare Metal takes something unique. I thought it was just 2 level 7s. But, yeah. Yo, did you guys see that new hero support? That new hero support's pretty cool. You can finally use, like, that new Masked Hero Chaos, which is something good. Doesn't beat Nib, but I feel like a lot of people have been like, oh, Nib doesn't beat... The heroes shouldn't lose to Nib anyway. Alright, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. Care not whether I get cooked or not. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you want to throw Ash at that, sweet. Now Ash is not being thrown here. Now if you have Droll, I'm just going to cry, but... No Droll? Sweet. Titanic-clad and Farigite. I'm on that below tier rogue. I'll play Melodious. Hey man, Melodious is wild. Don't say it's below tier. It's just probably slept on. What did you send? Nope. Well, that's pretty easy. So off Titanic clad. Flurly? Yeah, so yeah. This is not too bad, man. But see, that was like, that's what I was talking about. If we were going to be able to establish Sage before we even committed into our Nadir, and they threw Ash at this instead of holding for Nadir. Gold Sark. Yeah, no, that's fine. Another Malice player? Yep, another Malice player. Melodious is wild because of its like, you know, it's high impactful 1 and 2 card starters, and then it's like ability to play so much non-engine. Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll let it go. Let him go ahead and sit. Malice again. All right. We just got Regenesis to hold the line here. Which one is this one? Did he draw Sacked by the Grave? Target 1 face-up monster opponent controls. Banish 1 Malice monster from your hand, or use the field if you do negate the targeted monster's effects. If this card is banished, you can target... Sure. So target... Yeah. We still have Fleur-de-Lis, which is okay. He still has... Like, we're not... That's fine. Add back Rabbit. What's he do? Is he normal Rabbit? Yeah, I think we just... Yeah, I think that's his normal. Yeah, sweet. All right. We did it. Yay. So I feel like Effect Veilers are terrible against this deck. Same with Imperms. But I want to have like impactful hand traps to hit. I really don't like Side Out Birth or that. When in Rome, right? When in Rome. Holy moly, Batman. Holy Kashtira. Hopefully you bricked. Has to normal summon Ash Blossom. Sweet. Bro, Mitsurugi is such a complex deck for me that my brain cells are given to other decks at the moment that I cannot take the time to learn Mitsurugi. Rock on. Hop in, do one more, then sit and chat. Oh, J-Rock, baby. Get him every time. Wow. Please throw a Molchummy, Silky. Please throw a Molchummy so I just set 3 and pass. Activate this to search. But whatever I search, it doesn't matter. Good luck, Duelist. White Forest. Cross out? Nope. Thought it was cross out coming. Deception, pretty good. This is a sleeper deck. And actually, one of the podcast episodes, I'm gonna make a list of all the sleeper decks, and then we can go through and talk through a bunch of them. Sinfua. Bro had... Maybe that was the way. Yeah, can't stop you. Hallowed be thy name. Yeah. Go for it, man. I can't stop you. Resalega. I'm just trying my best not to play into... I just don't want to play into talents, because even though talents is 1, it seems like everyone opens more talents now. Sure. That's fine. Maybe you'll pitch a card to draw a card? Maybe. He used 2 lights, right? I think I do. I have to fire this off here. I kind of feared a Chaos Angel was coming, but I figured I could check it. Now I have Effective Veiler to check his next push. Hollowed, shuffle back. Yeah, that's fine. No, yeah. So he must have maybe something else in his thing. He's cross out. So he's sacking off cross out here. He has Hallow trying to draw a card. Hallowed 1 unknown. He threw away cross out. Now, unless he has Hallow plus an unknown. Unless this is wanted and I get cooked. We can try, man. We can try play around the one-ofs. When you get sacked by him so many times, are they really one-ofs? Ash. So I get cooked now if he has Ash. Well, the likelihood of him having Ash is... It'd be Hallowed plus a set. The sets... No, the sets... Yeah. No shot. Are you serious? That is insane. I don't have Typhon either. That's insane. Well, wait a second. Fuck it. At this point, he's got it. There's nothing I could do there. Him just having Ash just straight donkey kicked me. But it do be that way. It do believe. Alright, so I get to go first. So, I go first. Slide out. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a big fan of the Dragon's Mine. Well, interesting. Get cooked if he interacts here. He doesn't. Poor dude, I'm not even gonna probably play underneath. New in phase. Yep, all I can do. Droll should be in my... That's probably what should be in my side deck. Honestly, Droll should be in my side deck for sure. You could even main deck it if you wanted to. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I think the reason that Effect Failure was in there was because I was thinking on having a normal summon with the level 7s. Right? So like normal summon level 7, synchro. But yeah, I absolutely agree. Droll should definitely be in the main deck because it's better. I'll make that change after this. Dude, is he just not going to play? Silky, don't hold me hostage. Make a move. You just have to play through 1, 2, 3, 4 disruptions, man. You have 6 cards. Okay, well. That sucks. Yeah, Droll needs to be in the... Thank goodness you guys caught... You guys are paying attention. Probably move Droll to the main. That was the theory behind a Veiler, was like I can normal summon Veiler, make Omega, but like most of the Genesis level 7s all do something. So they're in disruptions themselves, so you don't want to use them as to sync off for an Omega, because Omega's not going to do you anything. So yeah, glad you guys caught that. I'll actually change that here, and then actually change it in my main deck list here. Is this guy just gonna hold me hostage here? Is that what is happening? We are being held hostage by Silky, man. Not cool. Not cool. We might do Mermail, we might do Regenesis. I don't know yet. I like Mermail a lot, and it's kind of a very powerful, unfair deck to play against. But we actually have another guide of locals that are going to be playing Mermail. I don't want my locals to, like, drag us out and shoot us. Yeah, we'll definitely go in and make some changes after this, because my extra deck in my deck over here is definitely different than the extra deck out on here. Typhon needs to be there. Mermail is pretty strong, man. But I picked up all this, we got the Regenesis stuff, so I'll probably play that. The issue is since I already did like a little gameplay, like content-wise, I might just try and do like a table 1 match, essentially, and record table 1 feature. I might try and do live stream it tonight. I don't know if I'll try to live stream twice today. But today, for a little bit now, at least for another 30 or so minutes, I'll keep live stream. Then I might live stream tonight at table 1. Or I'll definitely just record that. Or I might go point of view and try to get like the whole Regenesis stuff like recorded. Well, if he disconnected, we'll take it. Yep, we just got we got to gold. Sweet. All right, go to deck edit. Yeah, so cut this out. I need to cut out these. Go droll. Put these to the main. How do you spell Typhon? There he is. Okay. Put him in there. I probably should put the Zeus in here somewhere too. Just so I can make 2 level 7s and attack. It's all for utility. Like, you know, it is what it is. Cut out that. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Dragon's Bind. But, yeah. There we go. Sweet. Go back over to here. Put this up here. Because I don't think I have Drolls. Is my Drolls over here? And yeah, so there's Droll. Just gonna switch them out here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. What's Garfield doing in the extra? It's for those hands where you're forced to make a level 7. If you open like Maximus, which I know doesn't come up a lot, but the fact it's happened once on stream already, and it's happened like 3 or 4 times prior to that, where you open like 2 Regenesis names at either the level 8s or level 7s, and you can overlay them, then you link off the overlaid, whatever XYZ you make, down into Gravity Controller, and then you have an extra deck monster in the graveyard to fire off the Maximus to draw you 2. Bro, salesman, don't be crashing on salesman yet. Oh, True Dragon's Mind wants Judgment. I mean, isn't Dragon Mind's just arguably like a better Judgment, right? Because doesn't Dragon's Mind hit everything when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated while you control? No, so it negate. Yeah, it doesn't negate summon. So yeah, you're right. It's for those niche time, like since the extra deck is so open, just to make sure it's like that fluidity I was talking about earlier in stream. So that way that it's just, you just have that fluidity of cards that work together. So if I open Maximus, which I shouldn't, but I will, I still have plays. It's not just summon 2 Regenesis pass, and Maximus just sits in my hand and does nothing. You know, so it's at least something, you know, like, not too bad of a hand, I tell you what. Special. Attempt to use the effect to add. And see, this is where I think, like, code, like, since we opened Finner, we could go, like, code during the draw phase, because we might have enough bodies to do what we're trying to do. Summon out Archfiend grabs Sage. And then main phase, you special out Sage. Omni negates established. And then Meows for Hunter or Malice Hate if you want. Hunter is also good in the side in a build with Birth plus Regenesis synergy. I was thinking, yeah, that's what I was thinking as I was dueling. When I was like looking at this Dragon Mind down here, I was like, huh, this could also be Chaos Hunter. And then essentially every main deck non-engine we play does good against all the other strategies out there, right? So like realistically, Malice just being the over-oppressive deck just needs to have multiple answers. But then like, you know, here, we can go here, dump, search, then we get to draw. Yeah, it's just kind of like pretty cool. Stipulation while controlling a 2500, sometimes you don't. Oh, I see what you. Okay, yeah. So you have to control a 2500 attack monster to be able to use it, and sometimes you don't. So Judgment just allows you to. Yeah, I see the logic there. Okay. Prosperity. I mean, yeah, you technically in the main deck. So like, here's 1 second. So let me go back over here so you guys can see this right here. So if I was thinking about Extrav because you can technically play 3 Extrav, but it's a 40 card list. Maybe you do just add 1 Extrav, 1 Prosperity. It's just trying to keep the list at 40, which I mean, like, you could arguably cut the Dogmaticus stuff, and there's like your 3 extra, right? Or arguably you can cut Virtuous, and Virtuous would be like the 1 Prosperity. I just like the secondary. I just like the Dogmatica engine in itself. So, like, I mean, you could potentially cut it and play 3 product. You could play 3 Extravagance and more hand traps that way. But I just like Nadir Servant. I like the synergy it provides with the deck. So, it's not like terrible. I mean, it is definitely a thought. Because I mean, like, right? It's like Prosperity or Extravagance gets you a draw 2, right? Nadir Servant also gets you a draw 2. I mean, it's not a flat draw 2 because Extrav says draw 2, but Nadir's like draw 2, put 1 back. So it does like kind of give you the psych ability of getting bad cards out of your hand, I guess. So, yes, you do search Theosis in some hands, especially if you have like it's Theosis. If you hard open it, I kept finding myself opening like Birth with Unicorn, and I wanted something to utilize Unicorn with because Birth and Unicorn don't do much, but Birth Unicorn, Unicorn search Theosis, Theosis brings out Cashier Fenrir, and then all of a sudden you have, you know, Unicorn and Fenrir, and then you have your Regenesis plays. So, yeah, I don't know yet if that's the way. I know I was seeing builds that are playing Extrav, but if I was to play Extrav, I would cut out the Dogmatica stuff, and then I would play Extrav, like more non-engine. I've actually been thinking, to be honest with you, I've been thinking on cutting it because it doesn't, so arguably, so hear me out. So it is like essentially, if you see Fenrir plus like Regenesis, Archfiend, or like access to it via, you play 6 copies of it, it gives you the search of Unicorn, so that's why. And I think the top 32 list at Providence was playing, I think it was playing 3 Fenrir as well. I think, let me pull it up here on my phone real quick and see. Oh, nope, I got the Mitsurugi one. Always got to go through all my stuff and find it. Sorry, chat. No, that's not it. There we go. Yeah, he was playing 3 Fenrir in his list, so not saying he's correct by any means, but yeah, right. Yeah, like that's the whole thing. Is like, I mean, so in the top 32 list, he played like all the Machumbis, which I think for going to the YCS, that was definitely smart. But I like the utility that Nadir Servant gives in the sense of going first, going second. It gives susceptible side out patterns in the sense of like you can always cut Ecclesia. It's just there to be like an additional name during the end phase. So like there's like it has its synergies, but I also like I'm not like going to be like closed minded to saying like it has to stay in the deck. But for the moving forward, like I don't want to just play just pure Regenesis Cash. I want to play some other engine that it kind of works with. And since Regenesis Code locks you out of the extra deck, and Dear Servant locks you out of the extra deck, there's like the limitations. So essentially, you just have Oonga Boonga big monsters like Fenrir and Unicorn along with your other names doing stuff. So, yeah, I think I'll just have to pick up that Cash Theosis tonight. And, man. Because Droll does cook this deck. Droll is a pretty hard counter, a pretty hard hit to this deck, to be honest with you. Just because everything, like this searches, you summon something, you search with it, potentially. This searches, Unicorn, Fenrir, they all search. So that's like Salesman was being talked about or floating around the community. And I've always been an advocate for Salesman. Essentially, Salesman, if you open it when you're going first, when you sighted in going first with any of your 3 of power cards, if you open any of these 3, you call the 1 card you can't beat, or the 1 card you're super scared of. They can't use it if they open it. And if they didn't open it, it's the same logic of holding out these cards to hit a card that they're never going to play. You just shut them off that, and then these cards can then... You don't have to, like, waste... You know what I mean? Like, Salesman solves Ash, right? So that means this call by in your hand can hit Droll, or if you vice versa. Droll, whatever you have, you can potentially hit. Or, like, just call an Ash Blossom, then you get hit with a hand trap, draw 2. Now you don't have to worry about them ashing you because Ash is now a dead card in their hand. Going second, Salesman has that niche implication of like going against like Ryzeal. You go Salesman, declare Detonator, you know. But there's always more. There's more cards than Detonator, but it is like a 1-for-1 trade, I guess. But it definitely, like I said, maybe like a Chaos Hunter definitely should probably be in there. Oh, this was bad. I think they just drew well. 3 Fingers gets the way of what you want and try to do. You know, I wish that it was an original attack, because I don't know. I wish that they were worded, the Regenesis were worded 2500 attack original or on field. Like, you know, you could use both, because then it makes sense to play like Planet, because I don't want to lose the Droll more. So that's why I'm not playing Planet in my list, but it makes sense if you go Planet into Fenrir, special Fenrir then becomes 25. But I'm not a huge fan of his list, but I mean, clearly it got him to top 32, which at a YCS is still pretty big, so can't take that from him. But yeah, I might tinker around with the Fenrir stuff and see about cutting it down, because there's just something like this. This might be the hand to Droll, and then so here. So this right here is like a good as an example, right, of like Fenrir. But again, like you said, you could cut Fenrir down to 2 or 1 and still open something like this. But you just special Fenrir, use the effect of Fenrir to go ahead and grab yourself Unicorn. And now, if you didn't open Lord, you can literally just special use the effect, and it lets you add any Regenesis card. So since we have Lord already, we might as well just go for Code. You would either run Sales Ban or the Solemn Brigade. I mean, the Solemn Brigade is not terrible. We've actually seen that pop up quite a bit, is where people are opting to play like 3 strike or 3 judgments, 3 strikes, right? Yeah, I guess it just... Yeah, I don't know. I do agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. And I'm over here. I totally thought... I'm sorry, Chad. I thought we had the camera here on the field. I'm over here talking to myself. Like, it's like you guys can see the cards I'm playing. But yeah, you grab Code, and then you just hold Code till the end, and go here. Set the Birth. I'm actually quite upset they named Regenesis... named it Birth. Set Birth. You then can go here for the Sage. Special out the Sage. I would Tribute Summon. Effective search for Theosis. Or not Theosis, Burf again. So we'll have 2 Burfs mocking. 2 Burfs. We have twins going on down here. Effect to bring back out Fenrir. Set Code, and then yeah, during their turn we can fire off Code. So I don't know if I would fire off and go ahead and get the... Well, no, you can. Hang on. Yeah, you definitely have the ability to fire off and get like more disruptions out of here. Summon out the Warrior, and then you could also flip this over. So then as soon as you book a moon something, you then can use Sage to send off this. So technically you have Droll, a bounce, Omni Negate, Book of Moon, Unicorn, and Fenrir. That's pretty crazy. Along with Follow Up in the Grave, right? So that's pretty wild. He also said in the video with the top 32 list that he was really relying on people not knowing what the Genesis cards did, and that carried him. I remember hearing that, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think for sure that was exactly what he said. Everyone had to pick up and read these cards, and that's, again, why I like this deck. Because I'm a combo person. I normally don't play control decks. That's why I like this, because it's like, all these cards are insane and do so much. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, that the deck is like, it's not like, when I play combo, I imagine combo as being like a multi-leveled house, 2-3-story house. It feels like this deck is like a 1-story house with a lot of room. Like there's like your ceiling's only so high, but there's a lot of things you can do underneath that ceiling, and a lot of technical play and niche interactions. But yeah, that might be what we do today, chat. We'll just play some Regenesis at locals, maybe record table 1, maybe we'll do some point of view, I don't know. Let's see here. Droll. What are your guys' opinions? So I've been using these Dragon Shield oversleeves, like the ones they make for the Japanese, not your traditional like standard clear ones. And I have to tell you guys, I'm not a big fan of these oversleeves. So I actually went and bought like 4 to 5 of the normal Dragon Shield clears, and I cannot wait to use them. Get rid of them. So, I mean, this hand's like, this is all just Regenesis right here. This Droll and Regenesis, which is like Regenesis, which I guess is also a good thing. So like if we are main decking Droll, since Perilia cooks us, we can at least, you know, Droll ourselves. And stop Perilia from cooking us so much. So then like we can like spam all the bodies from our hand and not have to worry about giving them like 4 draws. I also need to get 2 more. What sucks, Chad, is I actually only have 1 playset of Perilia and Foros. I need to buy Foros and another playset of Perilia so that I can have a second playset to move between decks, because that's one thing that kind of stops me from sometimes building optimal like side decks and stuff for locals, at least, is because I don't want to move my cards over. There you go, lower ceiling. Slim, my buddy, let me to explain to you why so I have my extravagant office studio here. We thought it was because there's like the heat in the room from my like heater. Since my home is old, it has like 1 point port where heat comes out. Shut that off, close it off. So my cards bow for some reason. Could be moisture. I don't know. I've really tried to crack the code. I can't figure it out. And I've noticed that the QCRs, they just naturally just warp pretty hard. So I started double sleeving because I was tired of a lot of my decks are QCRs. Like my Mermail deck is almost entirely QCR, and I didn't want that whole deck to be like, you know, like that. So I've opted to double sleeve. Lower ceiling, higher floor for sure. It is, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And then broccoli sleeves are the best, but 25 a pack is insane. Absolutely right, dude. That is ridiculous. And they're going to get worse because of inflation and tariffs for us over here in the US, I'm sure. But I really liked Dragon Shield, like their standard ones, their normal ones. Not this, like... Here, 1 second. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Yeah, so... These are what I'm using. Dislike them. I think they're too, like, tacky. They, like, stick together. I do like... There's a few things I like about them is, like, the gap up here is really cool. Like, the gap. But they're really hard to fit in, so I worry about sometimes bending my cards. But these ones, I like these a lot better. They have more room, shuffle better, don't stick, have longevity. And, yeah, so I like these. So these are what I'm moving to play over these. So... It is crazy, man. Just Slim, it is wild to think that. It's like wild. I can't beat it, dude. I don't understand. So maybe I have to put like a dehumidifier in my like my room, my man cave, so like it doesn't warp cards so bad. But that's 100% the reason why I double sleeve now. I use Pristine Protection for the undersleeve, which is they make some decent sleeves, but you can buy like they have like really good sales like Imperium does to get a lot of them. So I'll never have to change the in sleeves. I just have to change the outer sleeves and call it good. Let's see here. Troll again. Code. Unicorn. Call by. Imperm. So this is a pretty good hand. You know, special unicorn. Effect unicorn. So this is where... So in this hand right here. So this is why I would like to play Theosis. Because Birth... What is Birth getting us? Right here. DD Crow, you know, with Malice running around. Okay. That is good. Especially if you know you're going against like Fiendsmith. Cool. But if you go ahead and grab Theosis, you can Theosis out... your Fenrir. Fenrir will search, which of course you're deck thinning at this point, right? You grab yourself another, not Fenrir, you grab yourself Unicorn. And then you can code, which should have been Torah, which I understand why not, but then you can code into Archfiend. Archfiend can grab you Lord. And then you just banish this, summon Lord, set trap. And then you, of course, since we were goated, we drew these with Droll in hand. Following turn, we have code to banish itself to summon out the Archfiend to search out Sage. Establish Sage. There you go. Are you planning to do remote duels again? Yeah, actually, so I want to start... I've just kind of given up on... a consistent stream schedule. But yeah, I would like to do remote duels. I would like to just, yeah, if people want a remote duel, they just hit me up in the stream here and we can definitely get it set up. I think I still have it set up here on OBS to like be able to remote duel so like people can watch. But yeah, I'm down with remote dueling. Not currently today because some plans here in about a few moments, but yeah, I would like to do remote duels again. Remote dueling, and then just trying to find, like, I've given up trying to do a upload schedule. How much can you play through negates? Well, like, it just really depends, because all the Regenesis, they don't activate to summon, they all just plop down. So, like, you can play through negates, I'd say, pretty well. Just because of them just popping down, and then, like, as soon as, like, Sage pops down, he's an Omni Negate. So then, like, you have an Omni Negate to check something. Warrior can do stuff. You have, of course, the Kashtira cards, which just plop down, and then they're, like, threatening to go second with, so... But I was like, I've kind of given up on, like, an upload schedule. With my work being, like, not really unpredictable, but no set schedule with work. I just pretty much am guaranteed to always have the same, like, 3 days off in a row, no matter what. So I decided to just essentially go with the flow with uploading. I tried to always upload Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I gave up with that, and I was like, maybe 1 or 2 times a week I'll upload. I decided to do the whole shorts thing. I'm going to keep putting out shorts probably every day, which is exhausting, but I'll put up the shorts. And then I'd like to live stream like once a week, and it just normally depends on like my energy and like my plans and stuff that day. Like I said, I might try and live stream locals tonight. I don't know. That would be nice to do. Board wipes. Well, you can negate board wipes. Pretty easy. And then if you don't kill me during the end phase, they all just come back to my hand and come out again. Yeah, it's fine. Does pretty well. Now, if you open, like, 3 board wipes, it is what it is. Ooh. There's actually, I don't think there's any form of, like, protection yet. I think they need to give the deck a normal summon myself, like a searchable normal summon. Just normal summon. You don't even have to do anything crazy, just Regenesis name, normal summon. It becomes, 2,500 while on field. Bam, there you go. Like, even this hand, like, it's, like, not terrible, right? So, like, Regenesis. Not much we can do. I still think it's actually kind of wild that these guys can summon themselves if there's just on the field. I always thought it was your field, but it's kind of wild that it says with 25 original attack or defense is on the field. So, like, blue eyes, you just smack it down. Could you use the Regenesis spells in the graveyard on your opponent's turns except the turn they were sent there? Sadly, no, because only thing that traps do that effect. Spells don't have that unless they have, like, the trigger in their text that says during the opponent's turn, when a specific action is done, you can use this. Otherwise, they can only activate during that turn. And these say, like, these can't be used the turn they're sent. Like, they have to be used on the following turns. I wish the trap had some sort of cool banish effect, right? Like, the trap would be like quick effect banish. Something. Do something. But, I mean, the trap does a lot as it is. But, yeah, we special out here. Use the effect of search. Like, this board right here is just going to be Regenesis Unga Boonga. Which, I mean, isn't, like, super terrible. You just grab Lord, and then Lord will banish this, set the trap. Special summon out Sage. And then that's literally the end board is, so it's a Book of Moon and, an Omni Negate, which is not that great. But you hope it's enough. You can chum block with Fleur de Lis and stuff, and then during the following turn, you can potentially use Rebirth or stuff like that. But yeah. That's pretty much it. I think this might be what we play tonight. I could do Mermails. I do like that deck. Mermail's kind of sweet. I've been playing Mermails a lot lately, and I'm just trying to branch out and learn, get better with certain decks. Tell you what, man, if Dark Flare Swordsman was out, we'd be taking in for Nobles, because I'm truly pumped for that. I've been testing that stuff, and I think that the list that I have currently been cooking is pretty powerful, and it's resilient to hand traps, and you just kind of got to, like, lower your expectations in a way. And I say that very loosely. I say that as in, Angelica gets negated. That's okay because Angelica's get negated, but you have non-engine plus 2 Book of Moons. So it's like, it's okay for Angelica to get negated. You'll trigger it again. Like, you know, you don't have to wombo combo like the first turn. Like, you can play this, like, control a strategy. This, like, slow down. Okay, well, Angelica didn't resolve. Sweet. Well, we'll just try again the next turn. We'll try again during your turn. We'll try again during my turn. Archfiend. Trap. Regenesis Crawler's coming to my mind, dude. Regenesis Crawler. Finner. So, yeah. I mean, this still works. You know, special Finner, search Unicorn, special out this. Effective this to add. Trying to think, what would you add here? Add Lord, Banish Lord. Or Banish Lord set code. Tribute summon for Unicorn. Unicorn grab Birth. Birth bring back. Have Regenesis code. Yeah, I mean, that'd work, yeah. Yeah, so you'd search out Unicorn. Reveal special. Grab Lord. Banish to summon. Set code. Tribute summon. Effect to grab Birth. Birth. Wherever it's at. Birth. Birth bring back. Birth to bring back Fenrir. And then set these two. Pass the turn. Draw phase. Fire this off. Summon out the warrior. I mean, you technically said that summon out Sage too, but yeah, summon out that. Ash. We have Imperm. Birth the Book of Moon. This goes to grave because you'll use it. It comes back to your hand during the end phase. And of course, you can like send Sage if you wanted to here. Send Sage, and like during the end phase, you get to add both these back. Assuming we don't, you know, these guys are... I mean, even if they board wipe us all, right? Like, end phase, add this back. At the start of our turn, we can literally banish this to summon out Archfiend. Archfiend effect. To add, they interact with this. Cool. Birth, bring back Unicorn. And then these guys just plop down for free, and then you have a bounce into that, and yeah, just kind of wild. I just want to try Regenesis as Vanquish Soul, but I need 2 more Archfiends. Dude, that'd be kind of a cool little mix going on together. I think it's kind of wild that Regenesis, what do you call it? Vanquish Soul K9, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, Vanquish Soul K9's been pretty crazy. But yeah, I think I like the deck for sure. Just really low ceiling, high floor. Cards are really cracked. I don't feel like you just get blown out because during the end phase, these guys get to come back to your hand, which is kind of wild. So this hand is actually... You have to fight. You have to use Regenesis to summon out the Archfiend, sadly. And use Archfiend to grab... Yeah, that's just... It's one of them hands. Archfiend adds Sage. Special Sage. And then you just set Birth, and you have non-engine. Hope it does enough. Lava Golem also works well with the Dark Spirit Mastery, as it can search the Archfiend or go... Okay, that's pretty sweet. I knew Lava Golem was being potentially played because since the deck doesn't need its normal summon, you could potentially... And it's a 25... I think it's 25, 3,000, right? So like you just put it on the field and you can special summon your names, which are really cool. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll probably play this tonight for locals. For all my friends watching on stream, this is what's going to come, so you guys can be ready. Yep, you guys can be ready. But yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know how we'll do locals. I might put up a poll. Maybe, actually, hold up. Maybe we just do that here for the few moments we have going on. We just put up a poll here in chat. All right. Let's see here. You guys can vote. Sweet. There we go. All right, you guys. Vote, vote, vote. Ugh. Well, that's also something I wanted to look at was the Dark Magician stuff, man. Like, hang on, let's put this away. Let's go back to Omega while we're sitting here just waiting. That Dark Magician stuff's gonna be kind of cracked. Shout out to you. Dank Ritual, Pristine Protection. Love their products. Not sponsored, but pretty cool products. All right, let's go over here. And let's go down here for Dark Magician. Yes, so... Dark Magician. Because I feel like this deck can be played differently now, so... Okay, so... I wonder if it's like the Blue Eye scenario, where like... It's the Blue Eye scenario where... You don't have to play so many names. So you can play like 2 vanilla. Because I know Primite, okay, so Primite's going to be the best, but let's try and explore other options that's not Primite, right? That's what I would like to do. And then Amulet Dragon. What does this card do? Banish till the start, and if you do this card, you can target once. That's pretty cool. I mean, do you play the Illusion? Like, you can special in this card by your hand by discarding 1 card. Search Dark Magician. Do you play, like, Dark Cavalry? Discard 1 card. Negate the activation you destroy it. When a card effect either targets a card on the field. That sucks. Why couldn't this card just be negate in general? Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and go through. We got 2 Dark Magician. Eternal Soul. Let's just add Eternal Soul. Let's just add them all, actually. Hold up. Let's just go through and we'll work through them all. The Eye of Timaeus. No, we want the Gaze of Timaeus. The Gaze of Timaeus. This card's insane. I know you play one of these. At a minimum, this one. Soul Servant's insane. Dragoon goes in. Souls. Rod. Paladin. Dark Paladin is kind of wild too. Like for such an old card being a spell and trap negate. Let's throw it in there. Eternal Soul. We need this right here. I mean, do we play 3 of this? Dark Magic Inheritance. Banish 2 spells. I mean, that's pretty good. So then, I know, like, Wanted, right? So, the Wanted package can be played. So you play, like, 3 of this. The Black Witch. We'll play her in this form because it looks more thematic. Play Hollow Deception. There you go. What is the button for full card? I just tap on the little wheelie thing. Gaze of Timaeus hath been summoned. Sort this. I don't even know if you need to play this. Like, that's what's wild. I don't know if you have to play Souls. I know you've probably played the Ritual, right? Do you play... I gotta play this guy. So then, like, do you just play, like, 3 illusion? Like, is it, like, something like this and then 1 souls? Is that, like, really, is that the way to do? Because I know Primite's, like, insane. Hmm. I know you can do something like Spirit Dragon. What is it? If I could just type right. Alright, just look for the link 1. There it is. You can do like this, and then spears. I saw that too. If I could spell right. That's cool artwork. I don't know. I don't know, because like you could play 1 trap, and then you could also play the Dark Magician's Field Spell. Which sets the trap. I just gotta find it. I'm just putting all the names in here, and we can sort through them in a second. This guy, guys, go in. I could have swore it's the field spell. Just gotta find it. Right here? No, that's burning magic. There's a field spell, man. I swear on my life, there's a field spell. Dark magic expand. Jewel of the Dark Magic, that's pretty cool. I know I'm not crazy, right? There's a field spell. Right here, okay. Magical Salvation can set the Eternal Soul from the deck. Because I know, like, this by itself is, like, pretty crazy. Yeah, let's... Yeah, so, like, you do this. Oh, it's like a... Add yourself. The Gaze. This card can't add... Oh, it can, yeah. Yeah. Then you just go... Gaze at Timaeus. Then summon out Dragoon. Switch out Hallowed. Hallowed be thy name, Dark Magician. So I mean, like, yeah, like that's off of like 1 wanted. And I think you can draw, right? You can. Oh, I didn't want you to do that. Dang it. Yeah, you get a draw. I mean, so that's like what wanted does. But like, what is? Do you need to play 3 circle? Is that really the correct play to do? Is 3 circle? Play 3 Ash Blossom, the Imperm. And I don't know if like these cards are necessarily need to be played at 3 either. Like I just don't know. I always like to go for my Holy Trinity here. Yeah, it's like you can do something like... I like Timaeus, but you might not even need to play it too. is Tamaya searchable? Let's just run a test hand. It is searchable. Illusion literally adds any of these cards. That's quite correct here. Okay. I don't know if that's the correct line or not. We don't know the lines, actually. We already have Gaze of Timaeus, so we don't want to use Gaze. Do we just grab Circle, maybe? Oh, what is it? Place one card on the top of your deck. This lets you draw. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Draw cards equal to the number of Paladin, Dark Magician, or Dark Magician. Different names on field in your graveyards. Okay, so I think... Go into that. But we get Dragon locked that way, so... Look at Lithium's list. I saw he was playing the Primite. I saw the Primite stuff was being played, so I didn't... I know this is going to be insane with the Primite, but I just wanted to... So you place a card on the top of the deck. And this card says, when you act this card, set Eternal Soul Drive for deck. If you normally start special on a Dark Magician monster, you can target one of those monsters. Special summon one Dark Magician from very different. Okay. So... I summoned the wrong one. I meant to go for Dragoon. Can it send it? Oh, that kind of sucks. I thought this thing, so you could send up to 2 spell traps from your hand or field, draw cards. If this card is in your hand, you can send one level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard. Especially, oh. Oh, man, that's... Well, that was a goof. Yeah. I didn't read that correctly. Yeah, so... Anyway. Something's there, man. Something is there. I know that you should... I know they used to have XYZs. And I really like the XYZs. Let's take a look and... Here are spellcasters, if I remember right. Yeah, so like you used to be able, you can play like Ebion High Magician. You can activate a quick play spell card or trap card from your hand during your opponent's turn. That's pretty cool. And then this card, what was it? This card, you can activate this by using a ranked 6 spellcaster monster you control as material. You can detach one material from this card, starts with one normal spellcaster monster from your hand or deck. When a spell can declares an attack, you can target one card. I mean, that's still pretty cool. The big guy, yeah. And there's something there. Something there for it. We'll work on it next stream for sure. But yeah. All right, guys. We'll wrap up the stream here. Thank you guys so much for coming. Stay tuned for future content, all that fun stuff. More live streams and stuff. You guys just stay safe, stay healthy.